Hello, Hawks. Getting back on track with my senior profile videos for Heritage Athlete who's competing in cross country in the fall of 2020. I got a little off our normal pace there, sort of missed a week, but we're back on track again today. And I had Julia Lange at Wicks Park for another great discussion. So I hope you enjoy. Anytime you want.
Okay. Hi, I'm Julia Lange, and I've been running since 6th grade, and I'm a captain.
Great, Julia. Thanks for doing this this time for us. So you've seen some of the other ones, so you know that my goal is to give each of you seniors a little bit of attention and to show everyone how great Heritage Cross Country is. And you're certainly an awesome representation of who we are and what kinds of people are in cross country. And you're going to help us send a really great message today. So thank you for doing this for us. Here's just a question to kind of kick us off, and as I told you before we started, I'm going to try to ask about 7 questions. The purpose of that is 7's a magical number for cross country, right? That's the mythical varsity 7, so that's kind of where that, a little bit cheesy, but that's kind of where that 7 came from. But we'll kick it off with just a basic question about you as a runner and some of the things you've learned. So this question is, what advice would you give a beginning runner?
My advice would be, don't focus on the times as much. Just focus on yourself. Sometimes you get hyper-focused on, trying to be faster than certain people, when you should just, learn to enjoy yourself and to improve for yourself, not for other people.
That's really great advice, because it fits in really well with what I've tried to instill in us as a part of our philosophy about we want to be identified as a team sport, and most people don't recognize cross country as a team sport, and we indeed treat it as one at Heritage. But it has to start with individuals being committed and learning and growing as a runner, and your advice is definitely in line with that, and I appreciate that, because I think that's going to support some things as we're teaching our new runners that you're passing the torch on to. What is your favorite cross country tradition? I asked Anthony that one too, so this one's not so old, but it's a good question. I like.
I'd say just pre-meet, doing all our pre-meet cheers and stuff, the yeet and stuff. It's just fun and cute thing we do every time.
Yeah, and I like the way we do it too, because it's not over the top like you see some teams get through this whole production. It's simple and to the point, and it's ours and a little bit unique, and I love it too. I think once we figured out how we wanted to show people who we are and that we've arrived, I think that was a really great thing that evolved, and I'm really proud of you girls for continuing that tradition. That you guys could have changed it, and that would have been fine, but I think you guys embraced it, and that's awesome.
Yeah, I like that we've kept it for such a long time.
Indeed, and that's how it became a tradition, right? Because it wasn't just one group that brought it through. So yeah, I like that one a lot too, because it's different. No one else does it. Yeah. What is something interesting about you that most people don't know?
Well, a lot of people know this, but I'm in band, so I'm constantly a busy person. So I'm a person who does everything, and I'm just I don't know. I feel like people don't know that I also have this other complete different side of me that I do a lot.
Yeah, I think probably your closest friends, they would definitely know that. I would say, but a lot of your other teammates, I think they need to know that how well you. And I've complimented you on this, and it's been great to see you handle multiple activities so well. And I think if other people see it is possible if someone's mature and communicates with their coach, and with, in your case, Mr. Stewart, I think it can work. And I think that's a great point to make, because there's room for more people to do other extracurricular activities and cross country, and maybe even other sports. I don't know. I don't get to make that decision, but you're giving us some really good answers for the young runners to learn from, and others to know that it is possible, and that's really cool and important to me. Who are your role models both in and out of the sport?
Well, I'd say you'd be a role model, obviously, especially in the sport. And I've had other people in the past who've been role models, in a sense, Rachel and a few of the alumni from a few years past have obviously been very important to me. And I feel like you guys have all taught us how running is a good thing in life, in both the physical aspects and the mental aspects of it, just helping you become a better person in that sense. And I feel
That's awesome. Yeah. And I appreciate it. I don't obviously ask that question to get spotlight put on me, but I do want to know that I mean something to some of you, and hopefully all of you in one way or another. So that really means a lot to me that you mentioned me, and those other people you mentioned too. Obviously, have been incredible contributors to who we're trying to be and what we're trying to do and other things. So that's really cool. What has been your favorite class at Heritage so far?
Well, obviously I'm kind of biased because I'm a band kid. I'd say band. It's like a fun class where you just get to like be yourself, and it's a similar like family aspect as cross country does, which I really appreciate. Because like both of them, you get like this giant community, and you just feel like part of like the family.
Yeah, and I love the parallels between cross country and things like band and some other things. Theater could be another one, possibly. And all sports can claim family, and rightfully so. But I think there are some parallels to the individualism and self-motivation and things like that, and the passion that I think you have for both of these things. So yeah, I see the parallels, and I also like how you get to express yourself in band and be creative and learn something that you're gonna. It's another parallel. You get to take that with you your whole life. You can play that instrument or learn another instrument because you've started gathering some skills that some of us don't have. I love the parallels between the two.
Yeah.
Okay, two more. We'll do two more. And these are the two that we pretty much always do. This first one I ask in a couple ways, but basically it's the same question. And just if you have an idea of what you want to do after you leave Heritage, do you have an idea of what you want to study, and do you have a dream job?
Well, I don't have a necessarily dream job, but I do want to go to college and study psychology and go in somewhere like that so I can help people and I can just learn how people work and the things with the brain, because I think that's really fascinating.
Yeah, that is fascinating. I've had some friends. I have a friend who teaches down in Illinois, teaches in college, has a PhD in psychology. And
that's really cool.
Yeah, and Sean Beckham, a former runner on the track team, is down at Eastern studying psychology, and others have too, but those are just two examples that I'm familiar with, and I think it's really cool to study human behavior and to be able to help people and things like that. That's really cool. Okay, last one, and this is one I like to do because I know, I already had you kind of acknowledge people that were an influence on you, but I want to give you a chance to give a shout out to anyone in your whole journey through Saginaw Township Community Schools. I broadened this question over the last few weeks. Just give them a shout out, and if you want to just say just a couple of reasons what they've meant to you, like how they impacted you, that would be cool. And hopefully some of these people are seeing this. The idea is to show them that we're not one-dimensional, and that and that you guys care about being a student athlete, not just an athlete. So just give a shout out to somebody that meant something to you.
Let me think. I've had so many good like teachers and role models in the school. It's kind of hard to choose which one. I'd say, because I think she'll probably see this. I think Miss Richardson's been really nice and great. Like, she's helped me out a lot, and over the year, she's taught us to like self-reflect and stuff. And the books that she had us do were things that are about like being a person and like growing that way. And I think that's really great and something that's great as a teacher to do.
Yeah, it's when a teacher or any role model for that matter can get you to think about things, think about who you are, what you want to be, what do you need to do to grow, all of those things. You mentioned some of those specifically, some were maybe in there implied somehow.
Yeah.
I think that's incredible when an adult can reach someone as they're going through their life's journey and set them on their path, help them, help their path along, and promote them and give them things to be reflective on, like you said. So I think that's cool, and I hope Mrs. Richardson sees this, and I know she'll appreciate it. And I appreciate you doing this for us. You've seen the other videos, so you know very well what my purpose is. But just in case somebody else who's watching, I'll let them know. The whole idea, as I said to begin, is to give you guys a little bit of the spotlight as individuals. You deserve it. You're great people, and you make Heritage Cross Country better. You make me better. And it means a lot to me. This project is important to me, and if it means something to just you and I, that's okay too. If it means something to someone else, I love that, but it's important that I get to spend this time with each of you a little bit. We saw what happened when the season ended abruptly, when things ended abruptly this spring, and we learned how precious things are, and we're grateful for the things we have, and I'm certainly grateful for you, Julia, and excited to see how your final year with us goes, and excited for your future. So thanks for doing this for me and for Heritage Cross Country.
Thank you for doing this. This is like really fun and great.
I appreciate it. I really do. So it means a lot. So thanks, and Now we're gonna go run.
Yeah.